like that. We're live. Man, don't I look great? I slept rough. Slept about an hour longer than I wanted to, that's for sure. Alright, so I wanted at 8:30, 9 o'clock. You'll show one at 9:30, 10 o'clock when I get there. Anyway, landing. They always hope you're there about 8 a.m. every morning. It don't matter what it is. It don't matter how far you had to drive. The preferable time of arrival, 8 a.m. Which is why I'm always okay with 9 a.m. You can't always get what you want. But apparently this morning it's going to be 10 a.m. Which is what it was yesterday. So, and I'm still okay with it. No more than the miles, thus the money I get for a week's pay out here. They can give me the miles to make a living. I don't care if I'm on time. That's that simple. Yes, somebody woke up a little crabby. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Well, subject, right? Lights out. My button ain't pushing. There it goes. Okay. Just like that. Away we go. Alright, so it'll be more like 6:30 coming into Jackson. Center of Jackson anyway.
Towards Vicksburg for 37 miles. Rush hour is comparable to Chicago, Atlanta, LA. Nothing like that at all. I wouldn't say it's as easy breezy as Peoria, Illinois. In a while, but when I lived there, rush hour lasted like 20 minutes.
I'll get a little more, maybe another 20 minutes worth. Which turned out to be more than 20 minutes worth. I looked at my watch and it was still 4:30. What? Oops. No biggie. I had actually busted that watch a good month or two ago. And, but it kept working. I had already bought another one to replace it with. So I was like, well, if it's going to keep working, I'll just keep wearing it. Now, I'm not a penny pincher, but I'm not a penny squanderer either. I try to make things last as long as I can. I take care of everything I've got. Whatever I have, it's usually in as good or better condition when I get rid of it. I'm not one to throw stuff away as often as to give stuff away. Unlike Mommy Dearest, who 9 times out of 10, if she's something she doesn't want anymore, she'll find out whether or not you want it and then sell it to you. Yeah. That's why I have such a distaste for greed. Because I've seen what greed can do to a person my whole life. When you're raised around it, you're either going to become it or abhor it. And I detest it, despise it. All those words. Packages, or at the very least saving any ketchups that came with my order. I take just what I'm gonna need. About a couple that had actually traveled the world, taken vacations. I don't know about every year. That part I think kind of might be a stretch. But supposedly take a vacation every year somewhere else on the globe for the money they save from pinching pennies. How many pennies are they pinching that they can stretch them so far that they can take vacations across the globe annually? Because if you're already half broke, that's usually the reason you're pinching pennies to begin with, the amount of money you save ain't going to be enough to take you a vacation around the corner, much less around the globe. catch up to some of the fast food joints. That's not to say I don't sell things. If I can have something I don't need anymore, I will sell it. But if it's in disrepair, I'll fix it first. Case in point, I decided one day I'd give my son for his birthday a car. But one, I can't afford a brand new car. And two, he hasn't yet found his niche or his niche or whatever they say. He hasn't yet found his calling or what his career path will be in life. We had a 2003 Taurus. Pretty good little car, actually. Been pretty dependable. Like any other car, you know, the battery goes dead, that kind of thing. No big deal. Tires, put tires on it. If I remember correctly, we had the brakes done. One thing it needed that I did not do, because it's not a necessary item to drive the car. The car is 100% safe, drives 100% just like it did when it was brand new, except the air conditioning doesn't work. I don't think it's a simple matter of just shooting some Freon into it. Usually, you have to take it, have it inspected, and they'll run some kind of, I don't know what they run through it, honestly, some kind of dye or something. Then they go around with a little sniffer, and it goes around the outside looking for leaks. They find the leak, replace the leak. Usually, what they'll do, they'll take that piece of tubing or whatever it is the leak is at. They won't take it apart. Put a new O-ring in it, which all it needs, and put it back together. They'll take it apart and then make you buy a whole new piece of tubing for, you know, $200-300. Then they go do it again after they've determined yes, the leaks have been found and fixed. Then they'll reclaim everything out of the system, run a cleaner through there, reclaim that. Put brand new Freon in there up to the recommended pressurization level, and you got air. Now don't get me wrong, it gets hot in the summertime. It'd be nice to have air. I've got 87 Dodge van, the air don't work in it either. Even had I the money, I probably wouldn't have got the air conditioner fixed anyway. Because I wanted to give him a reason to try a little harder to find a job he'll stay at. Because every boy wants a car. Now, no, I don't think anybody. Boy, I wish I had me an older Taurus. No, I don't think anybody gets up with that and says that. Everyone's like, I want a Mustang, I want a Camaro, I want a Corvette, whatever. A lot of kids nowadays, thanks to the Fast and Furious franchise, want something like that. Fast and Furious wannabe cars. Although I ain't never I'll see one that just looks. It ain't just a wannabe Fast and Furious car. I've seen it where they got the engine to back it up. kids can't afford that kind of an engine, so all they do is they put the neon lights on it, the fancy paint, the real loud sound, goofy looking. Still under the hood stock. Plus it's a Fast and Furious wannabe car. Runs good, dependable. You can have it for maybe a year. The battery went dead on it if you had it long. It was a new battery though, so they should have been able to get that replaced for free. The idea is, well, you know, it costs some money to get the air conditioning working properly. Probably all about maybe $300 or more. If the system is like new, it just, for whatever the reason, the Freon don't peter out though. I've seen cars sitting years and years and years in a junkyard, go put a battery in, throw some gas down, fire it up, and the air conditioning still works. So the air conditioning isn't more of a Freon related issue. It means somewhere there's a leak in the system. That's what it usually means. And sometimes, God forbid, you gotta start replacing parts. Condenser. Maybe all about $300, $400, $500, $600. Which gives a guy a reason to say, you know what, I need to find a good paying job and stick with it, even if I don't like it. So I can get some money, get my air, and then pick up my buddies and maybe we'll all be comfortable. We're driving around, go on a date, what have you. It'd be nice to be able to be in an air-conditioned vehicle and do it. Heat in the summer. Although I will say this, the air conditioning does work in the moment. 9 times out of 10, depending on where we're going, I'd still rather drive my van. I don't force my intentions on people. My mother, Mommy Dearest, will buy you a gift and tell you how should and shouldn't use it, who you can and can't allow to partake with you in it. That kind of thing. Let's say, for example, now, to the best of my knowledge, she'd never been on a cruise. I don't know. She hadn't been when that was much, she decided to give her beloved son 2 tickets for a cruise, say, I don't know, to the Bahamas or Jamaica or wherever people go on cruises. I don't know, I've never been on one either. Can't do in Mexico. And she's sitting there waiting to see the look on your face when you open the envelope and see what's in it. All that excitement, and then she'll ruin the moment by saying something like, and don't you take so and so with you either, I don't like her. It's my birthday. These tickets are a gift. Who I take shouldn't matter to you, because the whole idea is that I would have a birthday to remember, and therefore I would choose to take whomever I want, whether you like them or not, if I felt it was going to add to the birthday to remember. Mom has something she has no use for anymore. So badly that you're saying, hey, if you ever get tired of that, I'd like to have that. Because if that's the case, that's something she's going to sell to you. If one day she don't have something, she doesn't have something she just doesn't have any need for anymore, every now and then she may just take something like that and actually give it to you. She'll come to your home and see whatever that item is. See that it's being used in a manner contrary to the way she used to use it. And say something like, well, if I know you were going to do it like this, I'd have never given that to you. Which was a crock. She gave it to you because it was in her way. She didn't want it no more. So that's just the way mommy dares did. Y'all knew my mother personally, you'd understand. I don't do people that way. If I give you something, it's yours. What you do with it is none of my business. Yes, I'll hope you'll use it and remember who it was that gave it to you and find that it will have somehow enhanced your life. But if you turn around and sell it, if you turn around and take a sledgehammer to it and bust it up with a bunch of little pieces, it's none of my business. If you do that, I'll feel okay, so they obviously don't appreciate what I've done, you know, the token that I feel that represents is, hey man, I care enough about you that I've gotten something I think that you could use in your life more than I needed in mine, whatever that something is. Whatever, let it fall into disrepair, then obviously you don't care about it, and thus, in my opinion, don't care about me. But again, none of my business. So I told him, it's his, it's a gift. Take it I can't afford a brand new car anyway. But even if I could afford a brand new car, I wouldn't have bought him one, because that's not what anyone should have for their first car. I wholeheartedly believe that. Worth $2,500. Take that $2,500, go buy some video. My son loves playing video games. Go buy a video game console and invite all your friends over. Buy everybody the 3D headsets to go with it. Whatever. Do what you want with it. What he does with it will determine if I ever help him get a nicer one later. But I figured we'd cross that bridge when we come to it. Some lessons are best learned the hard way. And if you do get rid of it, it'll be a long time before I ever help you get another one. Gosh, you're good. Well, buffering every 10 seconds there. So last I heard, he still has it. I'm assuming that he hasn't got it this summer. I go through every summer without air conditioning in my rig. Now the big truck I drive, yeah, I live in this. So no, when the air conditioning quits, I just don't keep driving. They'll get it fixed, or they can park it and I'll go home. Do something different. If they don't want me in a truck with air conditioning, they can give me little runs, drive around town all day, and go home every night. Though the people who will do you that way will give you something, how you should or shouldn't use it, who you can and cannot allow to partake of it with you. Mommy Dearest is well, I was about to say she's very traditional, but that's not true. If tradition doesn't suit the way she wants to live her life, then tradition gets thrown out the window. Nonetheless, my mother is not a sleeping around, as we used to call it. I don't know what they call it nowadays. Now you gotta understand, watch this guy right here. Most of them would just cut right over. At least he tell y'all is to show the hypocrisy I was raised around. But it's actually about telling you what you can and cannot do with a gift. But in this case, Mama trying to burn the candle at both ends. But we'll get to that in a second. I'm one of these people who was growing up never really feeling like I was loved. When I was talking earlier at my what if discussion, like at midnight last night, this morning, I was talking with the machine that sometimes they think life isn't worth living anymore. I can very much relate to that. And I can tell you some stories that, man, I don't have a whole lot of shame in my life. I'm ashamed of things that I made bad choices for. But I've learned lessons from those, so even that wasn't a total loss. Because I do these every day and every evening, I don't reckon there'll be too many people viewing them. I bare my soul. That's a big long buffer right there. Wow. If I bare my soul to this camera, what are you going to tell? Because the only thing gossip will do, gossip only hurts if the people you tell are people I wouldn't have wanted to know. Then I'm pretty open about whatever's happened in my life. So therefore, there's
after 1/2 mile, keep right.
not a whole lot anybody can do with gossip if I'm willing to tell everybody about it anyway.
Keep right. Then, keep left. After 2 miles, keep left.
Anyhow, growing up in a household without love, one may say that my life might be a mirror to the life of Steve McQueen. Steve McQueen, actor, Steve McQueen, race car driver, yes, that's Steve McQueen. I didn't know this until maybe a year ago. So all my life I've always wondered what's wrong with me. But apparently, when they get older, I don't mean in their 30s and 40s. I mean in their late teens and 20s, or even
After 1/2 mile, keep left.
and whenever it is they finally experience affection,
Keep left.
usually in the arms of a lover, parked somewhere in the woods or near a lake or wherever.
Follow Interstate 55 northbound, US 51 northbound, toward Grenada for 5.5 miles.
To point. So this is Jackson rush hour, by the way. What do y'all think? Trick to this in a big truck, there's a couple really bad S-curves up here. You just hang back, drop slow. Keep it around the speed limit. Not 5 over, but right at the speed limit, maybe even a couple miles under. And then when you get to these curves, slow down appropriately. Traffic outrun you. At the ripe old age of 19, I had dated before then. I'd been had a couple girlfriends by then, but where, how should we say? I don't like how everyone assimilates love and baseball. First base, second base, third base, home run. Because this is where my father and I differ. My father might have watched 3 baseball games, one right behind the other. I hate baseball. The only sport more boring than baseball is golf. Anyhow, making some bad choices in relationships. I wasn't feeling love there either. So the only thing I could find in my life that I felt even specifically sex. Day, I had been dating this girl, and at that time disease wasn't really a big issue like it is now. At that time, the main concern with people who are young adults or teenagers having sex, the main concern was pregnancy, specifically an unwanted pregnancy. So
After 2 miles, keep left.
we started seeing each other the first night we dated. Took her out, real nice dinner. Then we went up to Chicago and drove around the city, parked the car, went for a real nice walk along the lake, holding hands. The weather was real nice. A little cool out, but it was nice. Got back to my car, which at that time I had a 77 Caprice Classic 2-door. Drove around some, and she wanted to go over by the Adler Planetarium. Been there before. Anyway, we start talking, one thing leads to another. She's leaned over on the passenger seat facing me. We start kissing leads to one thing to another. We start making out. We got a bug right in the center windshield. Awesome.
After 1/2
One thing leads to another. I'm over there, passenger side of the car. She's seated above me, facing me. I don't think I need to tell you anymore, do I?
Keep left. Then, keep left.
So needless to say, I wasn't expecting this. In the heat of all that, she whispers in my ear, "You got condoms?"
After 2 miles, keep left.
Like, no. That type of lifestyle was kind of new to me. So, we had kind of slowed down a little bit. And I'm not all that, don't get me wrong, okay? But she was just really into me, and I was really into her. And she's just maybe let me know when, okay? All right. We wind up having sex in the front seat of my car with 2 policemen out of that park, hubcap to hubcap, talking to each other. 2 patrol cars, City of Chicago patrol cars, sitting probably not 100 yards away. Windows in that Chevrolet start getting all steamed up. As I had said, I continued to date because I liked her. I liked her so much, I decided this is the woman that's going to be my first wife. And I didn't decide that right then. Obviously, it was months later. We were both in our early 20s.
Keep left. Then, keep left.
She was 21, I was 22. Her folks,
Keep left.
about an hour away from each other. Late at night, I can make it there in 45. We never moved in together. We never lived together. Which is quite common nowadays. That's the way it was where I was raised. So. Anyhow, we'd have sex in the car. If it was closer towards payday where I still had some money in my pocket, we'd go get a hotel room. One of those 4-hour nap rate kind of places. Every now and then her folks would take off. She had the house to herself. I'd get a phone call, "How quick can you get here?" Oh, yes.
4 miles.
Dad never drove his Cadillac, but I rode in it once, you know what I'm saying? Oh man. Had a nice old classic caddy sitting out in the garage. Never drove it anywhere. Just kept it because he liked it. Didn't want to get it banked up, so just didn't drive it. I got to ride in it one time. But now, I'm like a kid at Christmas. When I get a new toy, I'm going to drive the wheel off it for a while. Eventually, point being. So, we were having sex frequently. So frequently that buying the little seemed like that was very frugal at all. Started buying the big box. A dozen of them in there. Fast forward later that same year, it's now I'm one of these that when I come home, I take my coat off and I hang it on the back of one of the chairs, which at that time was, I'd go through the kitchen in that house. We never used our front door, we always came in the rear door. Only company comes through the front door. I guess that's an Italian thing, I don't know. Anyway, I come in late, been out with, the girl's name was Jean. Been out with Jean. So I didn't feel one, of course, like any house, right? We never come through the front door, and in fact, we rarely use the living room. I'm gonna tell you. Downstairs, our basement was a family room, recreation room, kind of like a one-bedroom apartment, honestly. Anyway, I didn't feel it was necessary to go downstairs, put my jacket in the coat closet down there, and then come back upstairs to my room and go to bed. But I'd be getting up next morning to go to work. I'll just leave my coat right here. Because I'm usually gone before they ever got up. Side note, Mom always had this thing with stupid little bowl with waxed fruit in it. Really? To yield the right of way to someone who's supposed to yield the right of way to you, dumbass. Her mom fruit on something she called oily. I don't know if everyone calls them doily or if there's another name for them that I'm doilies. The lamps pictures like the kind where you open the little deal back behind of it and let it stand up on its own. Everything in our house. Anyhow, I come in and go to bed that night. The next morning I get up and the bowl of fruit off the kitchen table. My life, the name of my channel is, like the soap opera One Life to Live. Because my life has been like a soap opera. Now, I'm not blaming life. The problems in my life, a lot of them are self-induced. Just saying. The outcome has been like a soap opera. Because in place of the bowl of fruit, and even the little doily thing with missing box of condoms that was in my right coat. I was like, crap. So at that point, the only thing I can think of is I don't need to take time to eat any breakfast. I'm going to work. I'm out of here. I never made it to the door. I've got the life about my sister. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Now, a second, who am I kidding? Outside starts telling me, well, that girl nothing but a hooer. Mom couldn't say whore. It was hooer. This, that, the other, everything else. By then we had decided to get engaged. Asked her to marry me. She said yes. Bought her the ring, the whole 9 yards. Mom's like, the only reason you're wanting to marry her is so you can. No. If she wasn't putting out until our honeymoon, then you might say the only reason why I was marrying her was to have sex. We're already having sex. Y'all saying about why buy the cow if you're getting the milk for free? Now, don't get me wrong, everything happens for a reason. Now in my life, I'm happy. So the reason I bring all that up is because Mommy Dearest thinks it's wrong to have sex until you're married. The Catholic way. She hadn't dated, gone out, seen anybody, nothing. She hadn't socialized at all for 3 years. This kid's still alive. My oldest brother died a year and a half before my dad did. I'm still alive. I'm the only one who got out life. Mom would always say things like, your father never forgive me. He's dead, Mom. And this is my opinion. Give you all an idea of what kind of workings go on inside my head. If any of you are brave enough to go there. When you get married, you vow to each other to be loyal, faithful, and true. What? let's examine that. You actually die. You don't die once they finally get around to taking you at the morgue and draining all your bodily fluids and pumping you full of formaldehyde. During a surgery. Maybe you'll die in your bed while you're asleep one night. Whenever it is you die, in poor taste. Already done married somebody else, yes, that would be in poor taste. But in no way is that wrong. I truly believe that. I told us, look, down for 3 years, he'd be dead. I've been telling her that for 3 years. Obviously, that adjusting the time as I go. For that, 8 to 10 months after Dad died. You can only grieve for so long, and one or two things is going to happen. They do the unthinkable. Your life with that person, and making sure that none of that time was in vain, and sharing all the joy of their life with that person, with the people who are the friends and family that they know. Now, nobody wants to hear it day in and day out, by no means, but carry that torch with you, so to speak. Even like now, my wife's a widow. And we talk about Larry, her former husband. I don't compete with his memory. I am not the guy trying to replace him. I am just me. Wayne and Larry were married for 27 years. Was it always perfect? I doubt it. But it wasn't bad. That I'm sure of. So to be like somebody, you're still alive, right? And you get married to somebody, they tell you, hey, you can't instead. Well, why can't I have fondness for both grandmothers? Well, in the same way that I'm not going to get jealous whenever she starts bringing up memories of her grandmother, as if the memories of my grandmother and my memories are more important. That's not it at all. Well, then why would I get jealous if she sits there one day and brings up a memory of something her and Larry used to do? She's sharing her life with me. We're married. That's what you do. Your careers, but then I don't want to know anything about your marriage. That's not how it goes. I want to know about everything in their life, the joys, the heartaches, things they're most proud of. And you want to know this, not to use it as a weapon against them later. Why? And you hurt with them. If you can't do that, you don't love the person. You think you love them, but you don't. You like them a lot. But if you aren't willing to ride through the pain with them, you don't love them. Right in front of me, like people will change lanes, not trying to cut you off, but just because they're careless, change lanes even closer to my front end than that. This, people, is why I run this camera anymore during the day. Well, whenever I'm driving. Mom starts seeing this fella named Eddie. Personally, I don't like Eddie. But Mom likes Eddie. So therefore, none of my business. Now back then, one by one, everybody turned their back on Mommy Dearest with yours truly. That in only 3 years, she's decided to start seeing somebody else. My youngest sister actually said, Dad's not even cold in the ground yet. Look, he's been down there 3 years. If he's not in cold in the ground yet, then someone needs to pick him up because he's still alive. What's made it really time limit for you to start living your life after your spouse dies. Not till death do us part, and actually more like 5 years after that. He hadn't even been married yet, and by then he had a new boyfriend, and the new boyfriend's there holding her hand and holding her up at his funeral. Again, poor taste, yes, but in no way breaking the vow. The vow is till death do us part. Not until the day I have you buried in the ground. Not until 5 years after your death. Till death do us part. She honored that vow. The last year and a half of his life, when he got to the point where she couldn't take care of him no more, year and a half, 2 years, I was living 5 hours away, and I'm the one that comes to see them the most. Everybody else too busy. Couldn't take care of him anymore, so there was no other option. Would have been a nursing home. Now, I don't have a lot of love for my mother. Any of y'all who know me are well aware of this, and you know why. doesn't know me before you start with all, well, you only have one mother crap. Yeah. Well, until you walk in the shoes of her son that thinks she's done, you just can't know, can you? This story of my two sisters, that she's not over it. Been seeing it shrink for years. Be over it. One day my phone rings. Because of the 5 of us kids still alive, I was the only. And it's Mommy Dearest. She starts talking about Eddie, and I really like him, and this, that, and the other. And I don't want to upset you with what I'm about to say, but if he'd asked me, I'd marry him. No, that don't upset me, Mom. I'm glad that you found someone that makes you feel that way. Awesome. The conversation's going. But I never thought I could love again, and your father was a great lover, but oh my God, I never knew sex could be this way. Whoa, wait a second. Whoa, wait a second. Hold on here now. Because all of a sudden I see myself walking out the back door where our kitchen was, getting a lecture about a box of condoms that was in my coat. See, there's adult and not adult. Now don't get me wrong, yeah, I do believe there's such in America. To be an adult, you have to be 18 years or older. In my opinion, to be a bona fide adult, where you basically have enough experience in life that you're now trusted to purchase alcohol and cigarettes. 21. To be to the point of maybe having some wisdom, 30. But yeah, bona fide, 21. So at this point in time, when the condoms were in my pocket, I was 21, 22 years old, 22. So I was no less of an adult, other than my age, than she was at 68, 70 years old, whatever she was. I don't remember. Really wanted to lecture her back about the evils of having sex before marriage. Well, I sure got an earful about it one morning on my way to work. Years and years earlier. She couldn't wait till Eddie would marry her because Eddie would not marry her. And the reason Eddie would not marry her, even though he was Catholic also, the Catholics don't necessarily believe in the Bible. They believe the Bible is the Word of God, but they don't actually get up and read the Bible like Christian folks do and try to make their life an example of life in the Bible. Try to do good to people, try to remove sin from the cross and go have confession with the priest, make sign of the cross again, you're forgiven, and as a penance for the sin that you've done, go say so many of these prayers and so many of this prayer here, and you're forgiven. Wow. apparently the Catholic version of the Bible is a little different. And the woman he was married to is still alive. Now, anybody who listens to this later, because at the moment I don't believe anybody's here, nope. Be going, what a crock. I never heard nothing so lame in all my life. Well, that's the way it's written, though. Apparently the Catholic while you're still married, that's adultery. If you have not yet gotten married and have sex, that's fornication. Tomato, tomato. There's sin and there's not sin. These are both sin. They're both the same sort of sin. So, different of terminology, same definition. The short, simplified version is this. If you're not married to the person you're having sex with, it's sin. Oh no, but we really love each other. Doesn't matter. It's sin. I'm not preaching here. I'm lived with for years. So trust me, I'm well aware of what premarital I have enough problems with my own life, much less trying to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with theirs. Don't neglect or abuse children, don't neglect or abuse animals, and I won't get up in your business. Don't beat on a defenseless woman. There, those three things. If you marry somebody else, having sex, don't shoot the message in this. In the Catholic Church, you can justify like candles and ask forgiveness, and that's okay. So he can't marry a mom. Because it says, so long as your spouse liveth and thou marriest another, it's adultery. Thou committeth adultery. But it's not the act of marriage that's causing you to commit adultery, it's the marital act. That's the reason I find humor in that word. That's how the Catholic Church defines sex and marriage. It's the marital act. So, if you have sex with a woman that you haven't married, then it's not adultery? That's what the guy apparently is. So anyway. Mommy Derek apparently has a double standard. Well, it gets better, because now we get back to my sister. Donna I start seeing my youngest sister, start seeing this fella named Mark. I like Mark. Mark's a great guy. They decide they're going to get married. Whenever your baby sister gets married, you got to take the new guy, take him around back behind the garage and say, look here. If you hurt her, they'll be looking for you for years to come. They'll be finding pieces of you. If you ever saw the movie Road Games, Stacy Keach and Jamie Lee Curtis, I think her name was. Yeah. They'll be finding pieces of you all over this country. And they'll never, all the king's horses and all the king's men, they ain't never going to get to put Humpty back together again. Follow me? That's the kind of discussion you're supposed to have with the new brother-in-law. But I'm not traditional. I took Mark aside. I felt it wasn't necessary to drag him out behind the garage. Well, you're going behind the garage is, if necessary, you add a little ass whooping into this for dramatic effect to make a believer out of the guy. But I didn't feel that was necessary. I just, hey, can I talk to you a second? I took him to my bedroom. At that time, I was living at home. Now, when they got married, I had moved. Well, we weren't raised like we're better than everybody else, but yeah, my sister Donna definitely lost a little fire in the air than the rest of us. So every now and then, she might mouth you off or tell you how it's going to be, and the only thing I can tell you is, don't take that crap from her. Every now and then, if she starts trying to put you in your place, you might actually have to whoop her. I didn't say beat her. No. If you ever said something she didn't approve and decide she's going to slap your face, you need to be man enough to turn around, slap her right back, and slap her twice as hard. You don't want to be a punching bag? I don't either. That's the message. Yeah, you would be mad at me because you don't like what I said? Fine, but I am not a punching bag. Proud of this, but I've had to make two women a believer. You don't want to do that a second time. Because every time you strike me, I'm going to hit you back harder. No matter how much you can muster up in strength, you hit me harder the second time than you did the first time, and I hit you harder the first time, I'm going to hit you harder. One of us passed out and the other one failed. Well, someone finally comes to the conclusion, okay, this isn't working. Not the response I was looking for. Mark's like, oh, I'd never do her that way. And right away I saw the side of my brother-in-law. I knew that was going to be part of the future, sure enough. Suddenly Donna's not coming home on time after work, and the guy she used to work for. So if by now you haven't figured out, based on what little I've said, you might come to the conclusion that Mommy Dearest may have been a little overbearing. Maybe to the point that one by one we all moved out of the house and decided, screw this, I think I'd rather pay Mom rent. Not that we weren't paying rent anyway, because we all had to pay from the time we graduated high school, $50 a week room and board, $200 a month, and we still only had a key to the doorknob at the back door. Anytime she wanted, she could lock the deadbolt, lock you out. If I'm paying rent, I'll stay out as late as I want. I don't care if I'm 19 or 90. I will stay out as late as I want. I'm paying rent. And I come home, find the door locked. Well, you won't stay out late and living in this house. Double standard. Be like renting an apartment. Your landlord says all utilities furnished. And every time you come home, you left the air conditioning going on so to be comfortable when you come home. And the place is too hot or too cold because your landlord's gone up there and turned the thermostat down. He doesn't even belong in your apartment. Been there, done that. So anyway, down at the side, she's moving out. Mark had already got the apartment where they were going to move into when they got married. She's going to go move in with him until their wedding day. Now, again, tradition in a Catholic family says the man's parents pay for his tux. The bride's parents pay for everything. So mom says, by God, if you move in with him before you were married, you'll pay for your own wedding. Donna says, okay. It's on me. Pay for my own wedding. Packed her shit, moved out. Their engagement was a somewhat lengthy one. Right around a year, 10 months, something like that, year. May have been longer, I really can't recall, but yeah, it wasn't just like, 2 or 3 months down the road to get married. They made sure that they had plenty of time to go things over, do whatever. So by then, of course, mom's letting some of these things, water under the bridge, so to speak. Bygones be bygones, that kind of thing. They rent a limousine. Donna rents a limousine. And mom said, well, that's kind of dumb to have a limousine pick you up at your apartment and take you to your wedding. You need to come get ready for your wedding here. Have the limousine pick you up here, because the idea is the groom is not supposed to see his bride in all her beauty in her gown until right there as he sees her coming towards him in the chapel. You can't have that if the both of y'all ride in a limo to the church. Now, at the time my sister actually got married, like I said, I was living in Southern Illinois. I had a 1977 Olds Toronado, front-wheel drive V8, really big car, same body as the Cadillac Eldorado of the same year. The engine and transmission were kind of on top of each other. The transmission was under and slightly alongside, technically rearward, of the engine, because the engine was transfer mounted. It was mounted sideways instead of front and back like most, your left and your right, like most engines are. Rear-wheel drive car. The front-wheel drive car is mounted sideways like they are nowadays. And the transmission would not shift out of low gear. And it's 5 hours from mom and dad's house. So there's no way, by the time I'd have got maybe a third of the way, if I was that lucky, I'd have smoked what was left in the transmission and then it wouldn't go at all. So I missed my baby sister's wedding. There's no way I was able to get spur of the moment to even get a plane ticket, which would have involved someone driving me to St. Louis, Missouri. Well, if you can drop me to St. Louis, man, it's just a couple more hours, take me to my bed, you know. Fly from St. Louis to Chicago and then get a cab to come from Chicago back into the south suburbs. It wasn't happening. It's all, you know, it's the way it is. Sometimes things happen, that's the way it goes. So how I can tell you, but what I'm going to tell you next is because one day when I got a different vehicle, I sold that. I got up there to visit her and Mark, and I am watching the wedding video. And Mom has this thing. If you're doing something that annoys her, oh, terrific! I got strapped and it's broke. If you're doing something that annoys her or just flat pisses her off, she always bites her lower lip. Through this video, Mom starts telling Donna why she needs to do like this, needs to do like that, yada yada yada, constantly biting her lower lip. Telling her, you need to do like this, you need to do, I don't need to do a damn thing, I'm the one paying for my own wedding, remember? All this because my sister started having, which they were having sex before they moved in together. Does she honestly believe that Donna was a virgin till then? Mark wasn't Donna's first, I'm sure of that too. I actually think Bob, her previous boss, was her first. No, Victor, a guy I knew in high school, dated her for a while. I think he was her first. Next exit 10 miles. Looks like I'll be jumping off. Fix that strap of this one. That's the way I was raised. Always with the double standard, always being told what you can and cannot do and gifts that were given to you. I've bought things that my mom thought were worthy enough to be sold instead of giving away. And she'd still tell me, well, you ought not to be using that like that. That's not what that was meant for. I wanted you to have it because of this, that, and the other. No, you wanted me to have it because you knew I would pay you $500 for it. That's what that comes to. You know, I don't understand why these slabs, the way they got these mounted, or loaded, I guess. I don't understand why instead of trying to use a 2-inch strap to swallow the whole thing,
then sharp left,
why they want to just go ahead and put some lumber that's already sitting on lumber, nail some lumber to those boards.
Sharp left, Interstate 55 northbound, then take the freeway.
So that they could, the idea is to keep those slabs from sliding out on the bottom, because the straps are just going to hold them at the top.
After 700 feet, make a U-turn, then take the exit right.
I pull into that shell right there, but notice where the price of gasoline is $2.18, $2.19 a gallon. Bright red letters. There's no bright green letters. Which tells me they don't sell diesel. Which tells me chances are the way that place is set up, there ain't room for a big truck in there. Hence the reason those two log haulers are walking across the highway instead of driving up in there. So I guess we'll stay right here for now, get this straightened out, make a U-turn, do whatever we gotta do. Anyhow. So with that, I need to get to work. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later. Bye.